Hi Gemini, welcome to Germinate Tarot. If you'll notice, there is one less germ than there usually is. That's because that germ is doing awesome stuff with her job and her home and the whole thing. So she needs time to deal with that. So you will be stuck with me till mid-April. And we're not going to change the spread though. We're still going to get general energies with past, present, future, Lenormand, and tarot with our advice cards. And we'll see what we got for you. I'm going to be using the Sacred Rose tarot deck, which was Jeremy's, but I traded her for Aquarian. So we are going to just keep shuffling here. Just get the general energies for Gemini for the last week of March. Let's see what we got going on, Gemmies. Okay. It's getting a little sticky. I think we might be done. 2 and alright, that was a jumper. Okay, yeah, they're like, we're done. And you know what? I think that wanted to be with that one. That was the vibe I got. So I just... Okay, they want to clarify themselves. So we need a what is Gemini thinking? Thank you. And what should Gemini be thinking about? Let's find out. Now let's move on to Lenormand. What do we got cooking over here? So, let's get Lenormand for March 24th to 31st. Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. Not the whole thing. These cards are bigger than my regular deck, so they're a little big and tiny hands. Well, my hands aren't that small, but relative. I think I'm dainty. Alright, one more. I get some future love. Alright. Poor Gemini, don't make me draw. Alright, we're going to pull the rest. Doesn't want to come out. Oh, my shoulders were super tense on that. Breathe through it. There it is. I don't know, without seeing the cards, I'm kind of getting a tight feeling. I think Jemmy's been under a good amount of stress. At least the ones I'm talking to. And there she is. Cut and okay. What you're thinking, what you should be thinking. That's where it told me to go. Bottom of the deck, Hierophant. That is going by the book, playing by the rules. You know, being very logical, doing the right thing, which is not always the fun thing, I guess is the way to put it. So let's flip these babies and see what's up. Okie dokie. Ooh, maybe that's, yeah, that's, yeesh. That was where the tightness was coming from, I think. Okay, Geminis. Whew, I gotta breathe. Okay, so you have the moon in the Lenormand in the past. This is your intuition, this is you knowing, this is your perception of people and situations and life and the whole thing. You have the Ten of Pentacles, which is just reaching the top level of stability, home, family, feeling really good about where you are. I don't know if you had money troubles in the past, but you were reaching a point that wasn't, you weren't stressing about it anymore, because I think in your gut you knew, but The moon to me is kind of like deep emotions. You're really putting a lot of thought into things, and I think that was manifesting itself outwardly in your surroundings and your financial stuff. Man, here we have the letter. Someone came popping on in, or something. You got some kind of news. I'm not getting legal because it is very emotional over here. You have the Five of Swords. And this guy's having a time of it. He's like hung up on these swords. He's blading. It ain't good. Ain't good, bud. You notice there's a moon in this one. Five of Cups, also a moon. You had the moon back here. Lots of moon action. Five of Swords. It's being defensive. It's conflict. It's just, ego. Just button heads for the sake of button heads. Five of Cups. She's pouring one out for her homies. There's still another one falling. This is her dumping the Two of Cups like, yeah, no, I can't do this. There's regret. There's thinking about stuff you could have done differently. Maybe if you said something a certain way, or maybe if this other person would just say something, because I don't think this communication you got was what you were looking for. But see the Gemmies turning the tables. I don't even so much turning the tables. It's just no one's playing you for a fool. Like, I think you were there. You got your cage rattled, but you're moving on. You have the birds, which is a flighty, gossipy, it's internet as well, going back and forth. But these birds kind of make me anxious because they're kind of like Tippi Hedren style, like Hitchcocky birds, like rah, rah, and you're like, and she's like, just leave me alone. Like, do you mind? And this other bird's like, I don't eat these berries, and just, it's not a calm card. It's like birds flitting around in a cage, and it's not a good, stable energy. Because then you have the Eight of Wands coming out, which is another very kinetic card, because in this deck, there's just wands, like, shooting out of hands, like, coming at you. With the moon that came out with it, this is the intuition again. And once again, you have moons every step of the way along this. And it's knowing, it's intuition, it's your gut feeling, it's, also not feeling like you have all the information. There's just pieces of the puzzle you may not have yet, and it's kind of getting to you, sticking in your craw. What do birds have? Craws. I bet you didn't know that. Look that up in biology. So now we're going to move on to what is Gemini thinking. I usually clarify, but I'm like, I need to find out what's going on. Judgment. Yeah, I think, what you're thinking. You're weighing the situation. You're not going to be, and please note, this is a 5 on 5. This is the change card. 5s are, adios. You make that sound effect too. It's very classy. Moving into the, what you should be thinking about, the Queen of Cups. You were doing great up here, and someone rattled the cage, and then you're going, yeah, I'm judging this situation, and I'm not feeling good about it. You want to get to your Queen of Cups again. That happy, stable thing. And yeesh. Over here on the Normans, you got what you are thinking about is the ship. I think you're really, mulling over this situation that happened. Because this is longing. This is someone's at a distance. Someone is not coming towards you, or you want to come towards somebody else, but it's just not going to happen. What you should be thinking about, the Rider, which is the first card. This is the Hi-Ho Silver away. I'm, riding in on my white horse. I'm making things happen. This Queen of Cups mode, this mover shaker mode, I think is what Gemini needs to get to. So now we're going to clarify. I just really had to, I'm like, I need to know now. I have zero patience. All right, so I want to find out what this Ten of Pentacles was about in the past with the tarot here. So can I have, thank you. So the Four of Cups, I think you knew from the get-go whatever it was not a good scene. Four of Cups, Nine of Wands. Yeah, you were defensive from the outset. And you go from a 4 to a 5. And, oh, okay, thank you. Four of Swords. Yeah, you're in retreat mode. And I think, you know, Four of Swords is also an apology. Maybe somebody came forward and just said, like, yeah, I was a jerk. Or maybe, you know, you weren't 100% either. But I think that's someone just not... It is an apology, but I'm more getting someone had to step back and be like, no, I'm retreating right now. I can't deal with this, or you, or whatever's going on. Because then I clarified on the moon, 4 of Pentacles. It's another 4. Just so you know, you've got 4 of Cups, 4 of Swords, 4 of Pentacles. You're staying in kind of a low energy. You need to, like, bump it up. You know, you were at the 5s. You know, you got a 9 up there. You got an 8 down here. You know, you need to amp it up because you got it. With this 4 of Pentacles over top of the moon, you're not letting go of something, or someone's not letting go of you. And I don't know if something keeps roping you back in, or you're not willing to just let it go. And I think that would be in the best interest to just let her rip. I usually don't say that so lightly, and that's too many, but we will take a peeky. Okay. Yeah. Alright, let's get some 4 of Pentacles action here. I do want to know what this 4 is you're not letting go of. 2, 3 wanted to come out. I think they want to tell their own story. And this is what came out before. So you have the Hierophant, which was on the bottom of the deck before. That's the, you got to do things the right way. You know, and the Page of Pentacles is slow and steady wins the race. You wind up with the 8 of Cups, which means you have to let it go. No matter how much you feel with the moons, you need to walk. That's just, you know, how it's got to roll. By the way, Lovers on the bottom of the deck, that is Gemini, so might want to take a gander. And right now I'm just going to clarify Judgment. The High Priestess. That's intuition. That's knowing. That's, you know, there's secrets involved. And, you know, it's just, I'm not getting the warm fuzzies off this. Alright. You know what? I am just going to, because they did come out all together. This is Knight of Cups, Empress, Death, Hermit. This is, you know, what you thought was a good offer, you know, the start of something. Death. It has to change. It's got to move on. And the Hermit. You might need to go solo for a little bit. 4 of Swords energy. You just need to kind of keep it close. And that's not a bad thing. It's plenty of time to think. You may, you know, Gemini's not a real sit still kind of energy, but, you know, you're always thinking. You're always doing. You don't deal with stagnation very well, and if things do kind of die down, you want to stir the pot. It's how you do. Clarifying Queen of Cups is the Fool. No grass under your feet, Gemini. Once again, you want to start. You want to get on the journey. You want to get moving, and maybe this Hermit stuff already happened. Maybe, you know, this, because this is the present, and you're moving into this more action-oriented, nothing gonna break your stride feeling, which is a good place to be. Now, I do want to clarify with the Lenormands. I'm going to move on to the moon here. Alright. The Child. Beginnings. Starting things. You know, maybe you were thinking about starting something with somebody. Okay. Stork and Coffin. That's what I'm going to take. I think something ended before it could start. I think maybe that's because it had to. With the 4 of Cups and the 9 of Wands. Something about this was not a good offer from the outset. And you knew it. With the moon and the intuition and the whatnot. I want to find out what this communication was about. If you want to tell me, please. Please have 2 cards. Oh, I got 1. It's the book. Once again, it's back to the knowing. Back to the I get it. With the mountain. It's a block. You already know. You already have been there. You get it. You have the mountain and the 4 swords. You put up some roadblocks. I got a little foot clamped in my throat there. I almost couldn't talk. So 4 swords and mountain. Yeah, it's you had to shut it down. Whatever it was, you needed to just be like, no. Or you know what? I'm almost getting the feeling maybe this happened to Gemini, because there's a lot of emotion going on over here that it's like, what? Who? But I think you already knew that. Gemini's, way more intuitive than I think people give them credit for. That's just my opinion. We're moving on to the birds. I would like to clarify the birds. May I have 2 on the birds, please? Or 3, because that's what you're getting, peoples. See? Okay. This is what Gemini wants. Bouquet, clover, dog. You just want friendship, luck, gifts, and I think that's coming to you, but I don't know if you're going to take it, because, you want this stuff. I mean, it's fabulous stuff. It's all 3 together, very positive cards. But with this 4 of Pentacles and stuff, maybe you are holding on because that's what you want. That's what you think you're getting out of this situation, but I don't quite get that. I mean, I get you're moving with the Fool and everything, but I want to find out about this ship. What are you pining for here? That's another 3. That's quite a bit. I think from the start, ring, snake, anchor. You knew this was going to tie you down to something that you didn't want to be involved in. The snake with the anchor and the ring, it's like, yeah, we're not going to stop in this port. Or maybe it did stop in the port and you're like, you know what? I'm going to keep moving. I'm going to get back on my ship and I'll be over here. Because you have the rider, and I would like some clarification on the rider, please. Okay, you have decisions. There you go. You're on a road. It's the crossroads. What's the Fool on? The road. And the bear. I mean, this is coming up for a lot of people. The bear. It's protection. It's not letting people take from you, or you're not going to give to people that aren't in your best interest. And like I said, it's not mean. It's just like, we did this. We've been there. I need to pull away. I need to start something new and fresh and change of scenery. All right. Moving on to romance angels. They were calling to me. I don't use them a ton, but it was one of those days. Okay, we got 1. Can I get a 2, please? Can I get 2? Just one more. Just one more. Thank you. We have give your relationship a chance, but love yourself first. So I think if you do retreat and you come back and all this stuff is happening and you don't let go, it'll be maybe a good thing, but the love yourself first thing, I think up here, I think you put a decent amount aside to deal with whatever foolishness was going on here. But you got to get back to it. You got to get back in this Queen of Cups energy, this Fool energy, this kind of like, a moving thing. I think you went through some heavy contemplation. Or maybe you're still in it. You're still thinking, of how this is going to work out. And you're looking at it from all angles, but you're not 100% sold that this is it. But if you want to give it a chance because you can't let go, you need to, don't sacrifice yourself as much. Love yourself first. Don't keep, standing in front of the train and then jumping away last second. One of these days, choo-choo, honk honk. That was the train on the tracks. It's late, can you tell? So, Vintage Wisdom Oracle Cosmic Pep Talk. Guardian Angel. Trust, faith. Guardian Angel, whatever you're doing, you're not alone in it. I mean, you might feel like it, but, I also take that as kind of like an intuition feeling of like when you hear that little like, hey, you, Guardian Angel style. You need to trust that. You need to trust that gut and have that faith. You know what I'm getting? One more. Faith in what? Once again, all these birds in the cards. I don't have anything against birds, but there's just a lot of bird action. Intention. I think you need to be clear on your intention, but you also need to trust other people's intentions, because I was thinking trust what? Faith in what? Intentions. Don't let someone come at you with the 5 of Swords, 5 of Cups, make you feel that kind of way. Because, you're too good for it. That's what I feel like I have to say. Like, you have too much going for you, and you have too much good in you to let somebody keep you in that kind of headspace. So, Gemini, don't take guff from nobody, all right? And like I said, you are stuck with me until mid-April, so I hope you can tolerate it, all right? Good luck, Gemini. We'll talk to you later.